First of all, welcome to Sealand, and I'll tell you a little bit about our project here called Fishing Sealand. We work with sustainable fishing tourism, and by that we mean sustainable in the way that we restore the rivers of Sealand, and we help to put out some fish, stock some fish, put up some gravel in the rivers so the fish can spawn, and by that we have what we think a good population and to build on, and then we invite some tourists over here to try to what we think is the best thing we can do in the world: go fly fishing or just go fishing for sea trouts. So we collaborate with all the local companies that have something to do with fishing, or the places where you can stay for the night, all the hotels, campsites, and bed and breakfast and so on. We think we have a social responsibility to get the youngsters or the kids away from the computers and iPads and go fishing instead. So a lot of energy is put into the social aspect as well. So I'll just talk a little bit about the gear I use. First of all, I use this stripping basket because we have a lot of wind and a lot of current sometimes in Denmark, so more or less all fly fishers use the stripping basket. For the rod, 6 or 7 weight. It's a 7 weight today because it's a bit windy today, so I brought my 7. Normally I go with a 6. And then for me I go with a very light fly rod because you're going casting all day. And then for me this is set up fully for casting, so it's a shooting head, intermediate shooting head. But it's not all about casting. But today when it's windy, I love to be able to cast against the wind. So shooting head is really good in the wind. But otherwise you can go with a full line. That's no problem. And here's a little bit about the fly I use. In a calm water I use the cover basin very often. And if I go with 2 flies on the leader, this is the top fly. And normally I have a pattegrisen at the end. In pattegrisen I have that in several colors. And then I go with a number of different shrimps depending on the water and how light it is. When we go to the open coast, especially at spring, and if you see tobies out there, we go with these ones, these big heavy ones. And in early spring you have probably heard about the worms here in Denmark, and this is one of the way you can imitate a worm. So let's go fishing. Mega bye.